ดีครับ Good morning and thank you for joining us on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT Radio Thailand FM 88 and NBT World. It's Wednesday, December 30th. My name is Surapan Lautaranarit. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. First up, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has presided over this year's final meeting of the Cabinet, with discussions revolving around the execution of economic measures. According to General Prayut, the Cabinet meeting did not consider any additional stimulus measures, as several policies had been issued as New Year gifts for the Thai people. The meeting was mainly focused on efforts to expedite measures that are already in place, including budget disbursement and procurement. Joining the Cabinet meeting were Tourism and Sports Minister Gopkan Wattanawarankul and Governor of the Tourism Authority of Thailand, or TAT, Yuttasak Supasorn. They introduced the Prime Minister to Miss Universe Thailand 2015, Aniporn Chalerm Buranawong, as part of their PR campaign for the Thailand Countdown 2015. The event is being organized by the TAT from December 29th to 31st on Maharad Road in Pranakon District, Bangkok. On this occasion, the Prime Minister surprised Miss Universe Thailand by giving her a brief tuk-tuk ride around Thai Kufa building. He said it was his first time driving a tuk-tuk and admitted that the vehicle was difficult to maneuver. The Cabinet has approved additional compensation for rice traders in 2016 by 204 million baht. It also extended the Village Fund program to March 3rd next year, or until the budget is depleted. Government spokesman Major General Sansern Kaew said Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha instructed all ministries to follow up on their projects and set periodic targets. They were also told to promote their work so that the public could stay informed of government programs. The Prime Minister asked national security units to ensure the public's confidence in transportation, travel, economy, and safety during the New Year holidays. As for the drought situation, General Prayut cited a recent water report compiled by district-level officials. The report says that Thailand currently has 21 billion cubic meters of water, of which 18 to 19 billion cubic meters are expected to be used by August to September next year. Therefore, the 21 billion cubic meters are considered sufficient for the next dry season. The Cabinet stressed that a water use plan was necessary after finding that a number of farmers continue to plant off-season rice. The Cabinet also approved an additional 204 million baht in compensation for rice traders due to speculation that next year's rice prices will fall below 8,000 baht per ton.
I have for you today some key results of the Cabinet meeting of the Ruan Thai government for the 29th of December 2015, the last working week before the New Year's. To enhance our competitiveness in the global auto industry, there has been the approval of 4 draft royal decrees to promote Thailand as a region center for research and development. More specifically, the performance testing of prototype vehicles. This legal amendment covers VAT or VAT exemption for imported car and motorcycle prototype for research and development or performance testing. Deduction of the depreciation value for prototype vehicles, exemption of excise tax for car and motorcycle prototypes, and exemption for custom duty for vehicle prototypes for research and development for performance testing. Staying with the issue of competitiveness, a series of measures proposed by 3 agencies were given approval today. The Ministry of Labor and Education, in cooperation with provincial authorities, have proposed measures to prepare the Thai workforce for the ASEAN labor market These preparations include education and career advice at Mathayom 3 level until the completion of a high school degree, skill testing, and the provision of information on jobs and labor market trends to high school faculties across the country.
One of the urns containing the ashes of the late Supreme Patriarch of Thailand has been relocated from Bangkok to Kanchanaburi province. A merit-making ceremony was held by related officials at Tamnak Phet building in the compound of Wat Bawar Niwet Vihan for His Holiness Somdet Prayana Sangwon, the Supreme Patriarch. Afterwards, the second urn containing the ashes of His Holiness was removed from the altar and transported by car to Kanchanaburi via Nakhon Pathom and Ratchaburi provinces. The urn was then paraded from the city pillar shrine of Kanchanaburi through local streets and past the birthplace of the Supreme Patriarch before being brought into Wat Thewa Sangkaram for installation. During the New Year holidays, the temple will offer Buddhists and general visitors a chance to pay respects to the urn to make merit for the coming year. The Ministry of Interior has ordered provincial governors to provide strict safety measures for motorists as it opens its Road Safety Directing Center for the New Year holidays. Permanent Secretary for Interior Grisada Bunrat said that road accidents remain a significant cause of death for Thais. The government has placed road safety on the national agenda, hoping to minimize the loss of life and property during the notorious New Year period. The safety campaign is being held from December 29th to January 4th, known informally as the 7 Dangerous Days. Governors are to manage all related agencies in their provinces to prevent road accidents and strictly enforce the law. Director General of the Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Department, Chatchai Promlet, said a traffic report will be submitted daily from December 30th to January 5th. The report will include accident statistics, risk analysis, safety measures, and proposed solutions. Police officials have inspected preparations for the New Year countdown event at Center World Shopping Complex, while assuring all revelers of their safety. Royal Thai Police spokesperson Police General Det Narong Sutichan Bancha, along with other high-ranking police officers, observed the situation at the plaza in front of Center World and conducted an inspection of CCTV cameras installed around the site. Authorities also met with security staff who will be stationed in the area on New Year's Eve to delegate their responsibilities. Police General Det Narong disclosed that there are no points of concern in the security operation, since all units are 100% ready. More than 400 officers will be deployed throughout the celebration venue and on high-rise buildings in its vicinity. In addition, 18 metal detectors will be set up at all entrances to the site to screen all incoming visitors. Tourists have been asked not to bring large bags to the event in order to avoid spending a long time at the checkpoint. And that's all for today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Before we take a quick break, let's have a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
Welcome to ASEAN, a community comprised of 10 countries, each with its unique culture and history, now unifying to bring added prosperity to the region. For centuries, Each country remained independent, but now we are coming together to compete in the 21st century globalized world. ASEAN is bringing together more than 600 million citizens and a total land area of 4.4 million square kilometers, and is providing economic opportunities, trade, travel, and new educational possibilities. The combined GDP of all 10 ASEAN countries comes to a total of $2.4 trillion, which means the ASEAN entity ranks amongst the world's major economic powers. The future is here. Welcome to ASEAN, the community of opportunities. The Southeast Asia region is now becoming one.
Welcome back to Newsline. The formation of the ASEAN community is only one day away. The ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC, will be one of the largest single markets in the world, with a population of more than 600 million people. Today, we'll take a closer look at the AEC and how it affects Thailand with the former Secretary General of ASEAN, Dr. Surin Pitsuwan, who is on the phone with us right now. Sawadee krap, Dr. Surin.
Sawadee krap, Kun Surapan. You are disrupting my breakfast.
Well, how are you doing this morning?
I am in Nakhon Si Thammarat, visiting my roots.
Oh, really? Well, first, could you give us just a brief overview of how the AEC will benefit Thailand and the region as a whole?
Let's first talk about the larger picture. AEC is only part of the economic process that is going on, transformation process going on in Southeast Asia, in East Asia, and partly in the world. But in Southeast Asia, we are talking about the ASEAN community. ASEAN community has three pillars. One is political and security. The second pillar is ASEAN Economic Community, AEC.
Right.
The third pillar is the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. But we are focusing more on AEC because AEC has made most progress among the three, and it's closer to the people because people feel that their employment, their work, their job, investment, economic development, all these things are going to happen on the pillar or on the landscape of the ASEAN Economic Community. Yes, 600 million people, about $2.5 trillion combined GDP, and we trade about $2.7 trillion among ourselves and with the world. Less among ourselves, about 1/4 of that figure. 75% of our trade, we trade with the world. So what's likely going to happen after the community comes into being is still going to be a gradual integration among us. We will increase the volume of trade among us from 25 to 30 to 40 as we move on into the future. And there will be a lot more investment coming in. There will be a lot more of the exchange. People will visit each other more. Our students will move to study in each other's universities and campuses around the 10 countries more. And certainly we can expect cross-border investments from Thailand into Myanmar, from Laos into Cambodia, from Cambodia into Vietnam, Vietnam vice versa. Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia have been doing the same thing. So there will be more active, dynamic exchange among us, 10 countries, 600 million people.
So how ready is Thailand for the AEC, and what do we need to do in order to improve our ability to compete with the other countries?
Yes, ASEAN will be full of potential will benefit more from ASEAN would be those who are prepared, who are competent, and who have the higher degree of competitiveness, because the landscape is going to open up for 600 million plus people from outside of the ASEAN region. So we have to have a very, very qualified workforce, very skilled workforce, and the standards and the quality of our products, our services will have to be improved. So Thailand will have to get on with the work of educating our future generation, work on our own educational system, science, technology, innovation, and strengthen our competitiveness. 67 million people, Thai, but we are the second largest economy of ASEAN. Very diverse. Every economic activity or business engagement here we can find on the Thai economic landscape. We are second largest, second to Indonesia, but we are more diversified. In that sense, we can expect more opportunities for investment, for outsiders to move in their capital, their technology, their management skills, and their people to participate in our growth, in our development.
So we don't. It's not just the economic terms that we need to be prepared, but in every aspect, right?
Yes. To be competitive in the economic side, we have to have a political stability. We have to have our social peace and harmony. We have to have a very strong system of education. The health of our people, our environment must be well managed and protected, so that our people will be in a position to interact with, to compete with, to cooperate with, in whatever form of interaction that we will need to do with them. If we cooperate with them, we will do well to help each other. If we compete with them, we'll do well to make sure that we don't lose out. And there will be a lot of opportunities for both cooperation, coordination, and competition.
So, as a former Secretary General of ASEAN, what are your suggestions for the Thai people in the years to come?
Well, I think first we have to make up our mind that ASEAN is not only a challenge. ASEAN is not only a challenge that we have to face, but it's also an opportunity for us to make adjustments. ASEAN will represent the new environment for competition. ASEAN will open up opportunities for interaction with the rest of the region and through them with the rest of the world. So first we have to make up our mind that we cannot run away from this challenge, from this exposure, from this opening up for competition. We have to take it as an opportunity to improve ourselves, to reform ourselves, and to make sure that our preparation for the future, the education of our younger generation will have to be improved, effective, and competitive. Our science, our technology, our innovation will have to be first rate. We have to invest more in the sciences, in the technology, in the innovation, because so far we have been borrowing science, technology, and innovation from outside. We need to do more, investing ourselves, producing ourselves, creating intellectual property ourselves, so that we can be ready to make a contribution to the region and also to compete with the region where we have to.
And, yeah. And lastly, what kind of reactions can we expect from the rest of the world when the ASEAN community is finally realized?
The world mainly expects ASEAN to succeed because we have been regarded as the fulcrum of economic and political and security cooperation and coordination in the region. We have been regarded as that fulcrum, that centerpiece, that center of gravity, because we have been working on our community for the last 5 decades, and we have been able to attract participation, contribution, and involvement of major powers from outside. Europe, America, Russia, China, Japan, the UN system, Australia, India, all these countries and institutions have become our dialogue partners, and we have been working with them. They have been helping us because they want us to succeed. If the countries in ASEAN, in the ASEAN community, 10 of us, if the people, 600 million of us, succeed in achieving what we have aspired to, economic progress, prosperity, social, political stability, peace, progress, human progress, we will make a great contribution to the rest of the world. So they want us to succeed. And we should also appreciate the goodwill that they have for us. It is up to us to continue to engage them and attract them and interact with them so that it is a win-win situation. We win, they win, the world wins. And that's, I think, what we should be aiming at.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for now. But I have to say that it's a great pleasure for all of us here to have a chance to speak with you this morning. So thank you for joining us on the show.
Certainly. Thank you very much for inviting me in.
Thank you.
Good luck and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
All right. Happy New Year. Sawadee. And that's the end of today's edition of Newsline. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or simply visit our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. And for now, we're going to say goodbye with a South Korean zoo welcoming the Year of the Monkey. I'm Surapalao Tharanarit. Thank you for your company and have a great day. Sawadee.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. The bells on bobtail ring, they make our spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song to